It may be a little self-explanatory as of right now. Gonzaga locking up the #1 overall seed. So we got 3 1 seeds that are still up for grabs. That could change over the next couple of days, what teams you're looking at right now. But who do you have as those 1 seeds currently?
Well, currently it's Gonzaga overall #1. Auburn, Arizona, and Baylor, but Kansas and Kentucky are definitely in play, and I believe that the Big 12 champion, if it's Baylor or Kansas, is definitely a 1 seed, and in fact, if Kansas beats Baylor, they could both end up as 1 seeds. Also, if Auburn and Kentucky, either one of them were to win the SEC tournament, that team will be a 1 seed as well. So those 6 teams are really, or 5 teams, I guess, in contention for the other 3 1 seeds after Gonzaga. And then there's an outside shot maybe for Purdue if they win the Big Ten, beating Wisconsin and Illinois to do so. And there's chaos in the Big 12 and the SEC and the Pac-12, then maybe Purdue could sneak onto the end of the top line of the bracket. But that's a low probability situation.
If Purdue somehow lands on the 1 line, we are guaranteed absolute chaos. I think that might be a mountain too tall to climb here. I want to note, if Baylor does win the Big 12 tournament, it'll be at 21 combined quad 1 and quad 2 wins, and that would be at least 2, if not 3 or 4 clear of anyone else there. I think Baylor's status as a 1 seed, Jerry mentioned this also on the Iowa College Basketball Podcast. He said, listen, Baylor's not guaranteed to be on the 1 line. And I think they're a fascinating case because they have a lot of really strong numbers supporting them, but they're 2 losses behind Gonzaga. So if you're a Zags fan, you got to feel super comfortable and confident that you're going to get that #1 overall seed. But I almost feel like because Baylor's numbers are so good, as long as it doesn't slip up in its first game, I don't know. It seems like they might be in place for a 1 as well. But regardless, Jerry's correct, and I root for this situation every single year. I want us to go into the Thursday or Friday of conference tournaments having at least 5 teams competing for like 3 spots on the 1 line. There's still a lot at stake, and that 1 seed, it doesn't guarantee you make the Final Four, but you talk to coaches, ADs, players, actually getting the 1 line, it does mean a ton to a program. It's a huge point of pride there, and so that's on the line with a number of programs as we get into Thursday and Friday of Conference Championship Week.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the chaos when it comes to the 1 seeds. And Jerry, you touched on this, you brushed over it a little bit, but I was listening to the podcast, not the one you were on, another one, but there was a lot of argument. If Kansas or Kentucky wins their tournament titles, are both of them locked in as 1 seeds?
Yeah, I think they would both be 1 seeds. The Big 12 champion, that's the best league in college basketball this year, and Kansas and Baylor have been at the top of that league all season. So, you know, if one of those 2 wins this conference tournament, they belong on the top line of that bracket. And as Matt is pointing out, I mean, there might be a case for Baylor to stay there even if they don't win. So, you know, it's a very strong league. The last time I checked, all 10 teams were in the top 80 of the net. That's insane. There are no nights off in that league, and that's why Kansas and Baylor in particular have been able to build up all of these high-quality wins. But for Kentucky and Auburn, the top of the SEC has also been very strong this year, and some really good resume building through conference play there. And the SEC champion is definitely, if it's one of those 2, is definitely a 1 seed as well.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.